When you first start drafting, it is satisfying to watch raw vector lines fly across the screen and snap together into a complex architectural grid. But those bare lines and shapes, precise as they are completely meaningless to a builder. Without context, dimensions, and data, a construction crew has no idea what they're looking at. That is exactly why Session 11 of this curriculum is dedicated to advanced productivity tools. We are covering the specific commands you need to annotate your drawings, like single-line text, multi-line text, leaders, and tables. Our objective today is to take a bare two-dimensional floor plan and transform it into a fully documented design using these specific annotation tools. Professional drafting is about delivering clear, liability-free instructions, ensuring your design is built exactly as intended. We'll start with the single-line text tool. Type DT in the command line and press Enter to begin creating basic room labels for your floor plan. Before you can type a single letter, this diagram shows the 3 spatial parameters you must define. First, you click to set a starting coordinate. Next, you pull the cursor up to set your text height. Finally, you define a horizontal axis for a 0-degree rotation angle. Once those geometric parameters are locked in, your cursor appears on the canvas, and you can see the text generated in real time, exactly where you need it. Now, watch out for a common roadblock here. If you finish typing and hit the Enter key once, AutoCAD just drops your cursor to a new line. It does not close the command. To successfully terminate the tool and lock your text in place, you need a specific sequence. Either hit the Enter key twice, or click your mouse anywhere outside the text box and press Escape. Because the DT command operates in this continuous loop, it is optimized for dropping rapid-fire, single-word labels across a massive area. When you need to write paragraph-length construction notes, you switch to the multi-line text command. You can activate this by typing T and pressing Enter. The first step is to click and drag your cursor. This draws a strict physical boundary box on your canvas, telling AutoCAD exactly where this block of text will live. As you can see in this UI mockup, the moment that box is drawn, the entire AutoCAD interface shifts. The standard ribbon is replaced by a contextual text editor, packed with word processor-style formatting controls. The main mechanical advantage here is constraint. As you type, your text automatically wraps and formats perfectly within that predefined boundary. Mastering multi-line text gives you the control necessary to add dense legal specifications and construction details, ensuring your designs leave no room for misinterpretation. Next, we use the multi-leader tool. This generates precise callouts that target specific architectural features, like individual doors or windows. Looking at the vector mechanics here, placing a leader requires a 2-click process. Your first click establishes the arrowhead anchor directly on the target object. Your second click draws the angular line outward and establishes the horizontal landing zone for your text. From there, you enter the data phase. You type in your descriptive text, for instance, standard 36-inch door, and AutoCAD firmly attaches that data to the landing line. Later in the drafting process, you might need to adjust your layout. You can select the leader and use its grips to reposition the text block. The arrowhead remains permanently locked to its original target. Leaders serve as the critical tether between raw visual geometry and the technical specifications that govern how those objects are built. To handle larger, structured data sets, like a window or door schedule, you use the Table tool, located in the Annotate tab. Before the table appears, AutoCAD prompts you with a configuration menu. Here, you define the matrix of the table by specifying your exact number of columns and data rows. Once you place the table onto your drawing, the data entry workflow is nearly identical to standard spreadsheet software. You click into a cell and type your values. As your drawing accumulates more data, workspace management becomes critical. Moving over to the View tab gives you macro-level control over your viewports and the overall layout of your user interface. Finally, there is the Express Tools tab. Think of this as a specialized repository for advanced text modifiers and niche productivity workflows that speed up repetitive tasks. Integrating these tables and utilizing advanced UI tools elevates your file from a simple illustration into a highly organized, queryable database. Now that we have applied our annotations, type Z for zoom, press Enter, then type E for extents. This pulls the camera back so you can view the entirety of your newly documented floor plan. Compare this highly legible schematic to the bare geometric lines we started with. Every shape now carries explicit context and instructions. Your hands-on practice for this session is to fully label every room in your project and generate a comprehensive door schedule table. Applying these annotations transitions you from a drafter into a technical communicator. With your documentation standards locked in, you have the foundation needed to start creating custom, reusable blocks in day 12. Now that we have applied our annotations, type Z for zoom, press Enter, then type E for extents. This pulls the camera back so you can view the entirety of your newly documented floor plan. Compare this highly legible schematic to the bare geometric lines we started with. Every shape now carries explicit context and instructions. Your hands-on practice for this session is to fully label every room in your project and generate a comprehensive door schedule table. Applying these annotations transitions you from a drafter into a technical communicator. With your documentation standards locked in, you have the foundation needed to start creating custom, reusable blocks in day 12.